Hey guys, Tony here. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I just finished running on the treadmill, so if you guys hear me breathing a little heavy, it's just because of that. A lot of you guys asked for a TA on PLTR. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, and I think I'll just get right to it. I'm just gonna be pretty direct. I think you guys already know 100% that I'm long-term bullish on PLTR. I love PLTR. I love their CEO. I love what they're doing. I am in you know, as far as my job, I am in the data field, right? I do work with a lot of data. I do know exactly, you know, how important PLTR is and what the future for PLTR can actually be. So long term, I am 100% bullish. On the short term, though, it does look a little bit different. But just to start off, you know, like I told you guys, I'm always a big believer of gaps always get filled, and we do have a huge gap between the $31 mark and a little bit higher than the $30 mark, $30.50. So long term, I mean, at least eventually, I think we're definitely going to go back and fill that gap at around, what is it called, 31, 39. And just from where we are now, what is the actual gains from where we are now? So right now we are trading at 22 something. So if we go back for that top gap, you know, at least from right now to where the top of the gap is, if you guys are holding long term, that's at least a guaranteed 42% gain, at least from my perspective, right? Because you guys know that I love I love charts that have gaps to fill, and immediately I'm either bullish or bearish depending on where that gap actually is, right? But I did have a previous forecast that PLTR was unfortunately going to drop all the way down to 1150. If we do close the week under this $22.67 level, I am going to be 100% bearish, and I do think that that next week we are going to be trading all the way down to about $19, $18.50. On the week chart, it is looking completely bearish. The stochastic is still pointed down, and it does look like we're still looking pretty bearish on the downside. On the day chart, it is looking like we are starting to close a bunch of candles under this 2250, 2267 resistance level. And as far as the ADX shows, the trend is still showing a lot of strength, right? The MACD is still bearish. The stochastic is also trending down, and then as far as the trend goes on the ADX, it's starting to actually increase in strength. So as of right now on the day chart, I do think that, you know, we're well underway down to $18.62, which is this next support line right here. You know, if we go down a little bit deeper, it does look like we are about to break on the upside. So it does look like tomorrow we might actually break on the upside for the bullish MACD, right? Last time that we actually broke on the upside for the bullish MACD, it was back in March 2nd, and we actually ended up just trading sideways for a while, and we went from peak lows of $22, $22.50 to peak highs of about $27 and like 50 cents, 40 cents. So I think that same thing might actually happen. I think we might start trading sideways if we do break past this $22.50 barrier. I do think we're going to go all the way back up to around maybe $25, $26 before actually coming back down. But on the 4-hour chart, we need to see how strong the bullish movement is to the upside. On the hour, again, we're still relatively bullish on the hour chart, but it does look like strength is actually dying down. But like I said, it really depends on this 4-hour break to the bullish side on the MACD. We need to see how strong it actually is. As of right now, I think I would probably give you guys two different scenarios. I think for the short term, I'm still pretty bearish. I do think we're still going to be going back down. But I think at least the short-term bullish scenario, I think, is we're probably going to go back up, touch that 25.74 level, depending on how strong the bullish movement is upwards. We might even go all the way up to 28.56. But I do think for the most part, we are going to be hitting that. Oh, what the heck could I do? There we go. So I think for the most part, we are going to be hitting that $26.03, depending on how strong the movement is. I do think we're going to go back down to $22.49, and the actual, like, the bigger the bigger strength of the bearish momentum, I think it's gonna bring it. I think it's gonna bring PLTR all the way back down to that $18 mark. So I do think that as of right now, scenario one is basically we're gonna be doing this, right? I think the play is gonna be after after the MACD bullish cross. We need to gauge how strong that bullish crossover actually is. So I think once we cross, I think we're going to go up back to 25, 26 bucks, bounce off that rebound, go all the way back down, break, and then go all the way back down to around $19. But again, we really need to figure out, we just need to wait. We need to see how strong that bullish crossover is on the bullish side tomorrow, because I do think that we're going to break it tomorrow. And if we don't break it and we actually end up, if we don't break this and we actually end up going all the way back down, I do think that immediately we're going to go back down to, 18, 19 bucks, and then immediately drop down to like $16 or so. So I think scenario one, like I said, is going to be we go up, touch this $26 level, go back down to 22.50, break that resistance, and then go all the way down to 16. Scenario number two is going to be, basically not like just the direct version of this, is we actually don't break to the upside, and then we just go all the way back down. So we just go down to $19. Like I said, if the MACD doesn't break tomorrow towards the upside, the bullish side, I do think that there's a strong chance that, we're just going to hit this resistance line at 22.40, go all the way down. Or if it actually does break on the bullish side, we're basically gauging to see how strong that bullish momentum is. I think we're going up to $25, $26, coming back down, and then going all the way back down to, again, 18 bucks. Or there's a possibility that we do go up to maybe $28, $29. But I think, eventually, I think it's just going to break all the way back down. And if we do break towards this upside, I have to go back and redo the TA again, because there's a chance that we might keep rebounding up to the upside and go and fill this gap, right? But I think as far as long-term, 100% bullish. I think that buying PLTR at these levels is a great long-term hold. I'm always going to be long-term bullish, but as far as short-term, unfortunately, I am bearish, right? I do think there's a solid chance that we go all the way back down to like $11, $12 or so. Just looking at the day chart, looking at the weekly chart, everything is pointing down. The strength and momentum on the trend is still bearish. So short term, I do think that we are headed down to $18.50, $18.62, which is that previous support zone or the support line. But I do think there's a slight chance that we go up. But again, anything really right now is a really, really solid long-term hold. I think buying PLTR right now is great. I love the company. Short term though, I do think we're going down. So I'll see you guys later.